most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Haney, physical therapist.
Apparently, we're better than good. And together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
It's
Bob.
jaw dropping.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
All right. Today, we're going to talk about disc bulges, and included in that would be disc herniations.
Right.
I
Yep.
mean, pretty much any problem you have with your disc. And if you're getting pain from it down the leg,
Right.
we're going to show you some possible treatments.
And it's specifically, boy, I feel bad about this. Sam, well, he's got no jaw anymore. But anyways, so the levels that are most usually involved with
Very
the lumbar,
common.
is L4, L5. So that would be, we've got this red tube here representing that between these
nerve,
two,
yeah.
between these two vertebra, and then the two here, we got a yellow nerve showing that location. So it's low, close to the sacrum. That takes most of the
Stress.
yeah. Particularly when you're bending or sitting with
Right.
poor posture, causing the
It goes
disc.
right up the chain. I mean, as you
Yes.
bend forward, that's the stress is first going to be felt at the lowest level.
Yep.
And then you go further up, it goes further. The
Yep.
stress goes further
Yep.
up.
It's as simple as that, and
Yep.
that's all we got, Sam. Sorry about the jaw. We'll fix it later. So what we're going to do is we're going to take information from 3 different sources, Bob.
Right.
We're going to take it from Dr. Stuart McGill, who's got
McGill,
books and studies and
PhD out of Canada.
Yeah.
And just terrific information.
right, yeah, he's studied and he's got research. He's got books.
He's
and
got the book, The Back Mechanic,
Right.
For the lay person.
Yeah,
And you
which is
really
very
should check it
nice,
out. I
yep.
think it's one of the best books out there.
Sure. And then Robin McKenzie, he's been around for, actually, Dr. McGill and McKenzie collaborated and they knew each other
They
when
knew each
McKenzie,
other, of
and
course.
they had a lot of respect for each other.
Mackenzie has since passed,
Yep.
but he has quite a legacy, and his exercises are practiced in 34
I think it's
countries?
over 40 countries now.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that I saw the numbers 40. And then, of course, not least or last, but our
Least.
experience in the clinic over the last, combined of 50 some years
We
of.
mix it all together.
Yep, so-
McGill, Mackenzie, and
And
Heinrich Schrupp.
there you go. Now they're going to start tuning out.
Yeah,
Anyways, we're going to get on with this. Here's how we're going to start. If you've got those areas involved, you have the sciatic symptoms down the leg and, very possibly past the knee down to the ankle, which is very common with sciatica. We're going to start you out with lying on your stomach. So, Bob, do you want to be the...
Right, and we want to give me a couple of pillows,
Yep,
Brad?
yep.
Now, the thing about this is you really want to know, is it getting better? So if you're getting pain down your leg, what we are looking for is that the pain down your leg gets better first,
Right.
not the pain in your back.
Sure.
So why don't you throw a couple bills down up
Oh,
there, Brad?
now, you may not have to use the pillows, but it's probably a good way to start.
Yeah, for some of you, it's going to be too uncomfortable to start right on your stomach.
Exactly.
You gotta
Without the
start with
pillows,
right.
that's going to be very
So
uncomfortable.
you probably just want to start by lying there, for a few minutes and see what your symptoms do.
Now, Bob, I'm going to give a little, one of those little pearls that may help some people. You take a
Sure.
towel roll or something.
Oh, sure.
You put your forehead on that so you can relax your neck. And now, if you lie like that, Bob, did you want to continue on?
No, go ahead.
I know I interrupted. It was my fault. No, okay. I'll take advantage. Now, we're going to take here, we got this white line of Bob. We'll say that's the pain. Okay, and he lies like this, he can lie like this, and after about 30 seconds or so, it starts to feel better. Now watch what happens. I say to Bob, how is your pain feeling? He says, well, it feels good. You can see the line only went down to his knee now.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
feel, my foot feels better.
Yeah, so things feel better down
I
here.
don't feel symptoms in
It's
there.
a positive sign.
It might be just numbness and tingling. Get
Right.
better. You don't know.
Exactly. So the next step would be to take one pillow out. So Bob's going to slowly get up. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, a lot of, like with my patients or myself when I've dealt with this, when you take one pillow out, it's a little more uncomfortable for the first 30
Yes,
seconds or so,
yeah.
but then it settles down and the leg pain, it starts moving up this way again.
And this might occur over a period of days.
Right,
You
yep.
may not get there in the first session.
Exactly.
Sometimes you do.
I've had patients where I started with 2 pillows, and at the end of the session, we were down to no pillows. That's fun,
Yeah.
but it doesn't always happen that fast. And the goal is to get down to flat. You can you want to do this on a firm surface. You could do it on a bed, a firm bed, but a softer bed or a worn out bed's not going to work well.
Now, this is where McGill and McKenzie disagree a little bit. McKenzie, he believes in actually going to the point where you start getting some movement.
Right.
And McGill says, no, you don't need to. In fact, he says maybe take your fist like this, put your chin up on there, and then eventually put both fists underneath your chin.
Right.
Like that.
And you could actually go to put a pillow underneath your chest and make it a little more comfortable.
Right. Right.
And then we got a static motion. Mackenzie likes to do the press ups.
And he likes the prone prop, where he just gets up on your elbow.
Sure. Yep.
But then he has, the press ups where you actually take your hands, put them underneath your shoulders, and you start doing what we call mini press ups.
Yep.
So you're not pressing all the way up yet, but you're just doing a little bit, and you see if that affects the pain.
Yep. Going down
positively.
Yep. If the leg pain continues to go up or dissipate or go away, boy, I mean, that's where, if I'm working with someone, I'll do whatever makes the leg pain, whether it's a static McGill thing or McKenzie thing.
Right.
I follow the symptoms, let the symptoms be your guide. If the leg's getting better, and actually, it may get to the point when you're doing press-ups or holding it, if the pain is just right here and all the leg and buttock pain is gone, boy, you are in good shape. That's a really good sign you're going to progress. Yeah. And I think both McKenzie and McGill agree with that.
McGill, what he said is that this McKenzie technique can certainly work on people who have most of their disc left.
Sure.
If it's still, and that makes sense.
Yep.
You're working on the disc, and if it's already wore away, you can't really change it.
Right.
So, but anyway, another technique is you want to make sure you're doing these quite often.
Sure.
Maybe every hour, the first day. But you could do it 4 to 6 times a day, 10 repetitions, maybe 20 repetitions, and you can get to the point where you actually go all the way up like this,
right,
if you can.
And again,
you don't want to make sure your pelvis is coming off the mat like this. That would not help.
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, when I have patients, I'll put my hands right here just to give them information.
Well,
Hold
I can also
this down.
just take a belt.
Oh, yes. Now, Bob mentioned doing these so many times a day. You're going to do that only if it responds positively, if the leg pain continues to get better all the time, and the back pain too as well.
So the purple represents a belt.
Yep.
It's actually one of our bands. And you can press up like this. This actually works really well, Brad.
That's what I was thinking, because it has some give to it. The rub, it kind of grips onto your clothing.
This.
Yeah. Just another use of the loop bands.
Yep. Or you can use a rolled up sheet or something which puts a little pressure on it. And again, if you get stuck, that's what you want to try.
That can get you over the hump and into the next rehab.
What are some of the other things we should try if we get stuck, Brad?
Right. Well, the next thing, if things aren't working, you can try the roadkill, which is a weird name, but somebody thought of it.
Pain's on the side.
Yep.
I would put the leg up like this.
Yep.
I actually have the one foot touching my right knee.
Right here?
Yep. And then I tried to do a few press-ups, not real full press-ups after that, but some micro or mini press-ups while I'm in this position.
It's basically the same protocol as when you're straight. The only difference is you bring the knee up. And with this, with patients that I've done, typically it responds quickly. Otherwise, I haven't put their leg down.
Or the banana.
Yep.
So the banana, you want to show the shape, Brad?
Yeah, so if I'm looking straight down, you're shifting the hips. If the pain is down the left leg, you'll typically shift the hips to the right.
Yep.
And so now here's the banana shape.
The feet go to the left.
Yep.
The head and shoulders go to the left. The hips go to the right. And the same thing. I try doing a little press up in that position.
Yep. And again, only continue if the leg pain's starting to feel better. Overall, things are settling down, and then continue. You may start with the banana, and then after a couple days, you'll go to inline straight again.
Right. You eventually go back to straight.
Right. Okay. So I think, Bob, we're getting into the next phase, because once you get to that point, you can do your press ups and
Yep.
your range of motion is good. The pain in the leg is improved. Then you go to the walking program,
Right.
where you can start to walk on a flat surface, no hills, no uneven surfaces, and you're going to get yourself in that good posture. Make sure you're in good posture. Tighten up, and this is where Dr. McGill really talks about, tighten up the core, get yourself so everything feels good, and then maintain that, and then walk, and walk not real slow, but actually a little faster. And only go as far as tolerated. You're not going to walk for a mile the first day. It may only be a block, and then progress each day if you
The
can.
reason we have you walk faster is that actually they found there's actually less stress on the spine when you pick up the speed.
Sure.
And the other thing Dr. McGill had people do, Brad, is actually you could grab your hand like this.
Sure.
And it straightens you out.
Yeah, it helps that posture.
Posture, right.
Yep. Yeah, because if you can't see yourself, you don't know. But if you do this,
Yep.
it automatically builds that posture where you
And
want it.
you can try this day one. If
Sure.
if it feels okay,
Yep.
it doesn't make your pain worse. If it makes your pain worse, maybe try the other stuff first.
And I've had patients say, it's terrible when I'm sitting, but I get up and walking, I feel great.
And that's a good sign.
Yeah, then you're going to have walking as part of it right away.
Maybe try to take shorter strides, fast but short,
Yeah, so you're not reaching out in front
and
of you.
putting stress on that nerve.
Yeah,
So,
exactly, Bob. So
we threw a
overall,
lot of ideas at you.
yeah.
But
So
we know you're smart.
yeah, and just go
can
back
handle
and
it.
repeat and watch this video over and over and over and over again until you get it memorized.
And you're going to be very happy.
Or you could just fast forward through the parts or whatever. One way or another, it's really a good program. It
Remember,
works
Brad and I
well,
can fix just about anything
except for
a broken heart.
That's right. And
We're trying to fix backs right now.
yeah, backs and the heart. No, there's no crossover.
There's no correlation. Thanks for watching.